Testing. Welcome, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good to see you, Josh, Jordan, Tiffany. So the first time ever we're live streaming to how many different platforms, Will? 8 different platforms. So this is the first official public Incomation call, which is super exciting. I have a good friend of mine who's now part of our internal team right next to me. This is Sam Hija, all the way from America.
Hello, everyone. Good to be with you.
So really excited to have you guys here. We'll give it just another minute for everyone to file in, but hope you all had happy holidays. It's been about 3 weeks since we've been together. Will, if you can keep admitting people, that'd be awesome.
I know.
And we got a lot of updates for you guys. So we'll get right to it in about 30 seconds here. For questions, they can, so where are we on? Facebook Live?
Facebook, group Facebook.
YouTube Live. Okay. We got people in there checking the comments?
Yeah, I'll check the chat.
Okay, so we'll open it up for questions at the end here if you want to come on live. But if you have anything that pops up during the call, you can pop it down into the comments, either here on Zoom or if you're in Facebook, on the Facebook group or any of the public pages. For all of you partners, feel free to share the live on Facebook if you want to share it around. Super exciting that we're going to be building this all together. So let's get rocking and rolling. First off, all of our major pillars and pieces are coming together by the end of this month. So we have our crypto bank, which also has fiat. So it's going to be our an all-in-one banking system for our community, meaning if you don't want to use a traditional bank, you don't have to. So for me, just personally, I've had so much headaches with the traditional banking system that this was a solution that I wanted for myself. And then of course, in typical fashion, I love to open up the solution to everyone. So it's been quite a banging your head against the wall and finding a solution for me, you know, a wild goose chase to have our own banking system. So that's really exciting. Again, it'll come together in a couple of weeks. You'll have our own debit cards. We have multiple fiat currencies and multiple cryptocurrencies. And there's an onboarding system. So for anyone that hasn't used crypto before, it's going to be really easy just to use your credit card, debit card, and purchase crypto and then transfer it how you want to, just like any type of bank. You know, you'll have your funds inside the wallet inside the crypto bank. So that's really exciting. Secondly, Divine Markets, our own brokerage, is fully good to go. So we got a liquidity provider. They're just putting together the technology platform, but we're officially licensed to handle and manage both Forex and crypto. And that's really exciting because, again, in my own journey, there's just been so many brokerages that you're forced to trust, but you really don't know what the heck's going on behind the scenes. So it really just got to the point with, like, the only way we're going to know what's happening behind the scenes is if we are behind the scenes. And so that was just like just something that we really needed to have a solid system and foundation. It wasn't something like that we wanted to go out and build our own brokerage. It was like, no, it's a major piece for our entire community system to have absolute trust. So that's really exciting. We got Josh on the call here, so I'm going to bring him up. I'll introduce him in a second, and he'll introduce our main, our golden goose, so to speak, for the Forex fund. And I'm really excited about that because, again, being in Forex myself for about 7 years now, up until literally today, it is near impossible to find a trustworthy system that's actually gotten results over time, especially when you look at the retail space. I mean, there's just absolutely nothing. And there's been big systems that have come and gone, some that are still kicking around, that make all these promises. And then you find out that there's really no actual trading happening behind the scenes, or they're just licensing some free robot that they claim is AI and the next best thing, but really it was just programmed on ChatGPT for free. And it's like, how do you know, right? How do you decipher through all that information, especially if you're new to the market, like you don't have all this experience, you're not a professional investor, you just, want somewhere safe to keep your money, but also somewhere that will actually grow, instead of just handing it over to the bank that will give you minus 2.3% a year. So Josh will introduce Yako. Yako is really exciting. He's been at it for 7 years, and I'll let Josh intro him because he's been working with him directly for a few years now. I just saw a comment for the Pioneer Fund. So for those of you that are new to the call, we have a whole group of Pioneer clients that we onboarded this past year in 2023. And again, we were relying on outside firms. The prop firm industry became super trendy and everyone was getting a piece of it. And we figured out how to totally game the system and acquire these prop firm accounts. And we made agreements with the top prop firms. I mean, a literal prop firm conglomerate. They have about 12 prop firms that they are partners on. And we had agreements at the highest level, that the funds were real. We had actual trading that was working, and that they would pay out to all of our clients, because it was book trading and all that. And come to find out, they just really wanted the upfront fees like every other prop firm, and they screwed over a lot of our clients. And so even though as a company, we were just providing the service to do that, we brought in millions of dollars. It was a very easy decision for me to say, you know what, everything that we made, let's just take it and put it back into the system, put it back in for the pioneers, and trade it with our Forex fund and our crypto fund in order to produce profits for everybody. It would have been really easy for us, obviously, to just say, okay, well, that's company money and we'll just grow that in and enjoy, our next phase. But we really wanted to take everyone with us, and actions speak louder than words. I don't know anyone that's put the company money back into a fund for all the clients that got screwed from outside partners. So that's something that, again, was just a natural, easy decision for me. But for the Pioneer Fund, we have Yako that's trading a large portion of it. He's gotten the new account in his hands this past week. They are on FX books. We do have investor passwords, so we'll be sharing all that information so that you pioneers can follow the different pioneer funds. So we got Yako, we got Brad, we got Sean, and Josh as well is managing a large portion for the crypto fund, and he'll introduce that portion in a second here. So really exciting moving forward. What we're doing is putting together everything as a membership, so you can join the community, and we'll have easy ways to do that for we'll get to that at a later time. But Josh, I see you're all ready to go there out in Colombia. Appreciate you being here. I'll get you on and just share the background of what we've been through together, and then what we got to look forward here with the Yako Forex fund and the crypto fund. So for those of you that don't know Josh, just really quick, Josh and I have been friends for, I think it's been 6 or 7 years now. We're both from Canada, and we got to get into the Forex industry around the same time together. Ended up traveling out to Asia, opening up all of Asia for a company we were working with at the time. Lived together, broke bread for many nights. So it's an awesome journey. Josh is one of those guys that, again, out of all of my experience in the industry, is one of the very few that I can count on this hand, that are actually trustworthy and transparent, and are out to actually help people. He realizes the long-term vision of actually helping people, and how that's just better for everyone, of course, involved, compared to short-term just telling you what you want to hear and running off with the money, as we've all seen. So Josh, take it away, buddy.
Thanks for the intro, man. So yeah, there's most definitely a lot of information, because we're on our side, my side, involved with both funds, and that is, like Jamie said, the FX fund and the crypto fund. So I think the best place to start is I'll just give you guys a bit of my background, and then we'll dive into specifically the FX trading product, what it is, who's behind it, and how we're going to roll that out. So as Jamie said, him and I have been friends for a good 6 or 7 years. Myself, I've been a full-time entrepreneur for over a decade. And I first got into specifically the financial world in roughly around 2016, 2017. And my first exposure to the financial world was specifically the cryptocurrency markets at that given time. And when I seen the markets, and again, the whole financial arena during that time, I simply seen how lucrative it was. And I knew that that is the home of where I needed to plant my flag. So at the first beginning of my journey in the financial space, my main products and our businesses, again, like Jamie said, was more specifically on the retail space. So Jamie and myself, we took off to Asia. We built businesses of thousands and thousands of people. And then what happened specifically in my journey is, again, in the retail space, is we kept hitting the same roadblocks over and over and over again. And that is that we would build these huge, massive businesses, but there would always be a flaw specifically in the retail space. And that would be either the owners wouldn't have the best interest of the clients and the marketers, and they would simply just care about their own pocket and their own bottom line. Or the other side of it, again, like Jamie said, is 99.9% of the products that we would get involved in market were just all scams. So that's when I transitioned from the retail space to the institutional space, just because I was tired of building these massive businesses, putting all my time, energy, and specifically my name behind, and then overnight all that work is gone. So I transitioned to the institutional space in 2019. And with the institutional space, the minimum ticket size, again, for the strategies that we're going to be talking about today, for an individual to privately get involved with this strategy, the minimum you need to even, for the fund managers to even consider working with you, is $250,000. So for the last 3-4 years, that has been my main focus, is accredited high-level rich investors. And that's what my team and myself have been doing. And then the last year or so, Jamie and I have got reconnected business-wise, and that's where we really seen a beautiful match. And that match is bridging the institutional world, real trading strategies to the retail space. And our conversations, if you will, behind closed doors before bringing it to the public, we knew that if we are able to marry the two, that it really is a once in a lifetime billion-dollar opportunity, which has never been done before. So again, our main hurdle was figuring out, okay, well, the minimum is $250,000 to get started. But in the retail space, the average deposit size is typically from $500 to $10,000. So that was the main hurdle of how are we going to bridge that gap. So the solution that we have come up with is we have started and created what is called a PAM account. So a PAM account, in simple terms, is it allows everybody $500 deposit, $100,000 deposit, doesn't matter the deposit size, to pool their money into one main master account. So once that master account, which it already is at the minimum of 250,000, then we can literally accept any deposit size for the institutional strategy. So that, again, that specific account is set up, ready to go. But now to talk about the actual trading strategy and who's behind the scenes of it. So the individual and the fund manager, his name is Yako, and I've known Yako for a good 4 or 5 years. And Yako's background, so Yako, prior to entering the private capital management space, he was responsible for managing a book value at which is called the Cargill Fund. It's a hedge fund in Canada. And he was responsible for managing $40 billion at the Cargill Fund in Canada. And Yako's why he left the hedge fund world and came to the private world, and why we get access to his strategies, is because he was managing $40 billion while he was on a small 6-figure salary. So that's when my team and my company went to Yako and said, look, man, if you simply leave the traditional corporate banking world, bring your systems and strategies to the public, let us market it for you, there's heaps more money for you to make. So that's Yako's background. And then for his strategy, so on his team, it's not just Yako. He has a team of roughly 15 different individuals. And this includes fund managers, traders, mathematicians, engineers. And what his system, it's not just rented off the internet, bought on eBay like a garbage bot, like 99.9% of what you find in the retail space. Because he has the mathematicians and engineers on his team, this has allowed him to build his entire system in-house. So his actual software, it costed him over $20 million to build. And the data, again, as Jamie said, he has over 7 years of tracked data. And for this 7 years of tracked data on the most conservative strategy, he is averaging 65% a year, with a max drawdown ever seen or recorded was 14%. And that occurred in 2018. And then the asset classes that it's trading is only three different FX pairs. These FX pairs include USD JPY, Euro JPY, and Euro USD. And the reason it's these three specific currency pairs is because they're the most liquid currency pairs in the entire world, which is easy for him to navigate on the trading side of things. And then for the technicals of what the strategy actually is, so it is not a martingale strategy. It's not a cost averaging strategy. I would highly advise to completely stay away from any of those type of strategies. You might as well go to the casino. Yako's strategy is a trend following strategy, which has a high frequency trading component built into it. So he's averaging anywhere from 100 to 200 trades per day. And again, it's following the trend. And then lastly, because this is the retail space, we know that you guys are looking for higher returns, mainly because the capital is lower. So what we're doing with the current specific PAM account that we have set up, unlike the numbers I gave you guys, averaging 64% a year, max drawdown 14% a year, we're going to be going on the double up strategy, which is going to equal roughly 110% a year with a max drawdown of roughly 25% a year. So yeah, that is how Jamie and myself really intend to bridge the institutional to the retail space. And again, we really believe that this has never ever been done before, and we are very excited to see what 2024 has in play for us all. So yeah, that's the FX fund, Jamie. If you have any questions or want me to comment on anything else regarding that.
Yeah, awesome, Josh. That was a lot of amazing numbers for those the analytical side of the crowd. Appreciate that. If you can jump into the crypto fund, that's obviously super exciting. We've been getting a lot of interest from that side. Just share your story. You know, what happened with you in 2021. Looks like you ran off to the bathroom, so I'll give you a second. So I'll share my part of that. So Josh and I were together up until early 2020. So it was right when the scamdemic happened, that we all left Asia. Everything was getting locked down. I went to Mexico. He went to Canada. And over the next year, I saw Josh just absolutely crush the alternative coin space in crypto. So he was all in. It was hilarious how he was just like taking everything out of his bank accounts, all the traditional systems, and he just went all in with crypto and made a few amazing picks. And next thing you know, his portfolio did over 8,000% in 2021 in the last bull run. So for this upcoming bull run that we're just getting into right now with crypto, Josh and I talked a few months ago, and he said he was putting together a small, just friends and family fund that he was just going to manage, you know, 50,000 minimum, and just for the close people that he knew. And of course, I jumped in immediately and then said, Josh, by the way, we're going to open this up to our entire community. So he didn't have much resistance other than like, I don't know how we're going to legally do that. And I said, let me figure that out. Don't worry about that. So here we are with the crypto fund. And Josh, if you want to share some highlights, you know, of your last run, and then what you've been seeing happening so far, and kind of just the projection of what we're looking at for this bull run here.
So as mentioned, again, I've been in the crypto space since 2016. And my first exposure to the crypto space, just like the FX space at that time, was just a complete scam. Just a guaranteed ROI daily, blah, 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 it's irrelevant. But when I really started to dive into the tech of all different cryptocurrencies, from Bitcoin, the creation of why it was created, and then the new emerging blockchains and the technology that they offered. It was really a mind-blowing moment for me because from what I've seen and what I studied back then, I just knew it was inevitable that this technology is going to be mass adopted in the next decade. So let's talk about the 2021 run. That was where I had my most success. So I seen the opportunity after the 2017 bull run, and from that time, from 2017 until 2019, I knew that I had to get as much money planted in the space as possible. And after learning from my lesson of sending money away and hoping I'm going to get a guaranteed income, I knew that I just need to really dive deep into information, studying various projects, and simply just planting my seeds and actually holding possession of my own assets and coins. So from 2017 until 2019, the main coins that I was stacking and building a portfolio and Matic. So my average buy price for VeChain was half a penny between that time of window. And then my average buy price for Matic, again, between that time window was 2 cents. So with VeChain, I rode it from half a penny to roughly 25 cents at the height of the bull run in 2021. And then Matic, my average buy price was 2 cents, and I rode it to roughly $2.25 to $2.50 at the height of the bull run. And 2021 was when we fully cashed out. And the total ROI across the board that we cashed out, like Jamie said, was 8,000% gain. So that was my biggest win for sure in my career of investing and building a portfolio. And then where we are right now in the crypto space, I mean, since the last bull run, it's been most definitely a crazy ride if you're still following crypto. So just the last year, we have been coming out of the bear market. The market low, which concluded the bear market, was roughly around December of 2022. And last year, all of last year, 2023, that was what we call phase one of the bull market. And right now, we are currently in phase two of the bull market with one more phase left, which is called phase three. And phase three of the bull market is when we see about roughly 2 to 4 months of straight up parabolia moves. And what I tell anyone wanting to get involved in the crypto markets is as long as you are in before that phase three of the bull market, you will make tremendous gains. And then obviously as well, we have a ton of news coming out that is going to complete this thesis of the bull market. And this news is actually one of the main events is happening this week, and that is the ETF news. And then the next news event after that will be roughly in April. That news event is what is called Bitcoin halving. So if you're unfamiliar of that, the most simple terms of what Bitcoin halving is every 4 years, the supply of Bitcoin gets cut in half. So let's say that right now there's 30 million Bitcoin in circulating supply. Come April of next year, there will be 15 million Bitcoin in circulating supply. So what that means is that is the complete opposite of fiat currency, where they just print endless amounts, and that's why we see massive inflation. But with the Bitcoin halving, just think about it. What happens if you cut the supply of an asset in half? Obviously, it's going to increase in value. So historically, again, on the Bitcoin halving topic, is that every Bitcoin halving, every 4 years, what happens historically is 1 year after the Bitcoin halving, we see all-time highs. So if history repeats, that means around Q1 of next year, Bitcoin will be at an all-time high. And then the other news event for the markets that we're expecting it to be bullish for the crypto markets this year is that we are predicting in America and in the Western nations, they are going to start to lower interest rates, which will drive money back into the markets. And then lastly, for our bullish news events and thesis this year is that it's election year. And every election year, the current sitting president loves to run up the markets. So those are the 4 factors for our bull thesis this year. And then what we invest in specifically for this time around, the most bullish sectors in the crypto space that we're currently seeing is the gaming sector, crypto gaming coins, AI sector, crypto AI coins, and then lastly, coins that offer a real world use case utility. So what I can give an example for that, because gaming and AI are pretty self-explanatory, but for a real world use case utility, so I gave the example last run, my top pick was VeChain. So just a very brief overview of what they offer for product wise and bridging crypto to the real world is that they offer traceable QR code. So one of the biggest problems in the shopping world, such as let's give an example, Louis Vuitton. There's tons and tons of knockoff Louis Vuitton bags or products, and obviously that's a main concern for their company. So what VeChain offers is a QR code, and you would place this QR code on a Louis Vuitton bag. You would simply scan that QR code on the bag down of where it was manufactured, if it was bought before, sold before, and it would give that authenticity that it's the real product. And to close off on that, right now VeChain is partnered with Fortune 500 companies such as Walmart, BMW, and the list goes on and on and on. So yeah, that is our top 3 sectors for this bull run. And lastly, for what we invest in, we do not use any leverage trading, so it is impossible to get liquidated. We're only holding spot positions, so that way we can handle the drawdown when it comes, because it is the crypto market. It is insanely volatile. Just as much as it goes up, we can see drawdown that comes down. So that's why we don't use any leverage. And then lastly, we do not invest in any BS coins, the hype coins that have no utility. That's just, again, a gamble for us. And if we were wanting to do that, it would be better just for us to go to the casino. So yeah, that's a bit about our crypto fund and what we are investing in this time around.
Okay. Okay, awesome, Josh. Amazing, genius download as usual. Saw a lot of comments appreciating that information. Just love how all in you are, man. You've been so on the ball for these last few years, and just the combination of your trustworthiness and honesty, and then your absolute genius is just super honored to have you as a partner, bro. So this was a on the fly decision. Okay, so there is a membership fee for joining the community, and then you get access to everything that we're talking about so far. There's a few other things we want to mention, but I told Will, even though Christmas is over, we're still going to be Santa Claus here for a little bit. He's creating a Google form right now, which is our Incomation pre-launch form, and we'll send that link out so that you can register, and we're going to waive the current $2,500 membership fee to join the community. We're going to waive that for absolutely free. And then you're going to be able to get into these funds for a $500 minimum, as Josh mentioned. So $500 minimum with the Forex fund, $500 minimum with the crypto fund. Just again to reiterate, the Forex fund is going to be doing a monthly withdrawal. Okay, so that will be withdrawal every month. You'll get your profits, as well as for you partners, affiliates we now call partners, our partner program. You'll receive your residual commission every month too for everyone that you refer to the fund. So as soon as I got the link, I'll blast it out here, and you guys can register so that you can go through our onboarding process, and we'll waive the entrance fee for right now as these last final pieces are coming together. We also want to earn your trust and show you the great results that we're already seeing, just to back up everything that we're talking about. So just give Will a minute and we'll send it out. I saw a couple questions. So for the Forex fund, which is the PAM, we're just raising the final amount for Yako to begin trading. He already has the account, and we're going to start at the end of January, no matter what the community raises. So we open it up over the holidays, and it's around 30 or 40,000. We need to get to 200. And so no matter what happens over the next few weeks, by the end of January, we'll even put up our own funds to get to the 200 so that everything will start trading. Okay, so as of February 1st, everything will start trading. We'll just put the link in the comments here in Zoom, if you can blast them out to the lives as well, Will. And anyone that can help blast that link out. So it's bit.ly /Incomation pre-launch. So we're creating a group onboarding call. So we have these live calls every day now at the same time. It's 11 p.m. out here in the Philippines, so we're running the American shift. For you guys, it's 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll be doing this every single day. So anyone new that wants to gather the information can jump on these calls. And then we'll also be having a group onboarding call, because I know some of these aspects are a little bit technical, whether it's depositing into your brokerage account to get into the Forex fund, or being able to, for the first time, gather crypto and send crypto to the crypto fund. We're going to have a group onboarding call every day, walking everyone through that, hand holding everyone through that. So that will be amazing for the new people, as well as for our affiliate partners. We're really looking to take away as much of the workload as we can for you guys, and so that you're not having to help onboard your people. Obviously you can if you choose to, but we'll have our system doing the group onboarding as well as all the support. So we really just want you guys to do what you do best, which is get results for yourself, share them with the people that you care about. For some of you, you have big audiences and communities, and sharing the good news with everyone benefits us all. So we really are invested in helping make that as easy as possible for you partners. So go ahead and sign up at the bit.ly /Incomation pre-launch, and we will send out the information for the onboarding call to get your waived membership fee and into the funds. So the crypto fund is ready to go as well. We have a wallet set up for for Divine Markets in the meantime, before we have our entire banking solution, which will happen in the next couple of weeks. But we can officially start receiving funds for the crypto fund, and the brokerage for the Forex fund is already set up as well. So we're good to go on both of those. Green lights. Will, if there's any important questions that pop up in the list there, just let me know. Okay, last thing I want to touch on is someone that is been absolutely instrumental to me and really everyone on the core team now, which is Mr. Don Smith. For those of you that don't know Don, traditionally he's worked with some of the most elite people on the planet, many different billionaires. One that stands out as a credible experience was he was with Research in Motion, which was the company that created BlackBerry, and the co-CEOs brought Don on to help their entire organization for 7 years they had him on. So they were a $6 billion company when he got brought on to help in their company. And after the 7 years, they're at 68 billion. And there's a crazy story of how BlackBerry actually blew up, that we got the inside intel from Don. There's also a good documentary that kind of hits some of the pieces that came out this year. But anyway, Don is absolutely nothing short of magical with his process of being able to bring you through releasing the ego energy that we've all accumulated over our lifetime from childhood traumas that we weren't even conscious of. And now a lot of our program is obviously financial based, but I can tell you directly for me, it didn't matter how much money I made. There was a major void that I was trying to fill. And it was like the money just fueled the fire of my toxic patterns and programs. And Don's process that only takes about 2 hours was able to release all of them, 100% of all of those patterns and programs that I had unconsciously been running for my entire life. So I have Sam next to me. I'm going to get him to share his journey. He's been in the financial world as an entrepreneur and investor for many years as well, and worked with Don about a year ago, and then just met him this past week in person as he flew out to Philippines here. Josh also has an amazing story that I'll get him to share with Don as well. But it's something that right now is a gift to our community. So anyone that comes into the community, doesn't matter what product you're using on the financial side, you're going to be able to go through this process that our entire internal team has gone through. And as I said, just nothing short of a miracle that we've experienced, just realizing who we really are and being able to release all of the human programs that were doing us absolutely no good. So I'll get Sam to share here, and then we'll send it back to Josh. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey everybody, my name is Sam Hidja. If you don't know who I am, I've been an entrepreneur for the last 12 years. I got started in the car exporting space. Made my first 6 figures at 18 years old, and basically got into network marketing, direct sales, affiliate marketing for the last 10 years. I hit the top 1% in every company that I've ever built, and made a lot of money, lost a lot of money, failed relationships, really just the whole nine. And so, I'm just really honored to be here. Jamie's, by far one of the most interesting people I've ever met. And, he has a heart of gold. What he's created here with Incomation is really something I've never seen nor experienced. Obviously on the financial side, but also with the program with Don. He actually hit me up about, I think it was a little bit over a year ago. And it was, it was random. I had just seen him on Instagram and I was like, what the heck is going on with this guy? Like something's different about him. Cause I had never met him. We was just like over, just an online relationship. And he invited me to work with Don. And after one session, it absolutely changed everything for me. And when I mean everything, I mean literally everything. Just to be a little bit intimate with you guys, I've gone through a lot of abuse in my life. I've gone through near-death experiences. I've basically experienced like more in my last 30 years than a lot of people would have in, their entire life. So 1 hour with Don absolutely changed everything for me. I mean, like survival patterns that I had been dealing with since really like 3 months of age, in an instant were gone. Things that I was unconscious about, gone. Health issues, gone. Toxic patterns and relationships, gone. And what I realized is that I was chasing the money. I was chasing the lifestyle. I was chasing the quote unquote fame for all of these years, but that really wasn't what I was looking for. I was looking for something a lot deeper. And, you know, working with Don has absolutely shifted everything in my life. I mean, I have so much more energy, so much more passion. I wake up every day just excited to build something. And, you know, here with Incomation, we have something very, very special, not only with the consciousness side, but also the financial side, you know, I mean, but the thing is you can chase money your entire life and you'll still feel that void. I know plenty of people, and I mean, I've made millions of dollars in my entrepreneurial career. And what I've realized is that was great, but I was looking for something much deeper. So I'm really looking forward to be a part of this with you guys. And, you know, this is no ordinary feat. Like I've gone through so many different workshops. I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into workshops, energy work. You know, I've gotten certified in so many different modalities. And this specific process, I mean, I'll share a story with you guys. There was this girl, her name is Megan. I worked with her. I did this exact same process that I learned from Dawn. And she had actually messed up her spine and also like dislocated her hip. And after an hour of this process, she texts me and she says, I don't know what happened, but literally the pain that I had been feeling for over 2 years is completely gone. My hip popped back into place. My spine is in alignment. And so, yeah, this process is absolutely amazing and it's completely changed my life. So I really hope that you guys commit to this fully. And I hope to see you guys on the other side.
Amazing. His name is Sam. Tiffany, thanks Sam for sharing, bud. That's awesome. Back to the BlackBerry story, which is really interesting. I'm just going to share exactly what happened. I don't know. I mean, I didn't sign an NDA, you know. So, and it's obviously old news, but so what happened with BlackBerry and Don working with the co-CEO, Jim Balsley. I mean, Jim was in a real tough spot when he came to Don. Don had worked with Jim's friend, Ian, who was a PGA pro golfer. And Ian went from being, you know, last on the leaderboard to becoming a finalist in these golf tournaments. And Jim called him up and be like, what the heck happened to you, man? And he told him about Don. So Jim calls up Don. Hey man, can you deal with this? Yeah. How about this and this? Yep. I've had this one for decades. How about this? Yep, no problem, man. Okay, well, when can we meet and what's the investment? And next thing you know, Don worked with Jim, who had thousands of employees. And Don had met one of the employees in a corporate, they're having an event and they were in the pool, and the guy overheard Don speaking and he said, oh, I know who you are. You worked with my boss, Jim. That day, our entire company culture changed. Like, imagine that. The entire company being able to shift just from the leader, the influencer. And then after that, Jim, in one meeting with the co-CEO, had 60 something names that ended up working with Don. Now, the interesting part is that rise from 6 billion to 68 billion in that 7 years, what had happened was Jim wanted to license the technology of the BlackBerry to all the phones. And Mike, who was the creator of the technology, had his identity in the technology. He had never worked with Don. He had sent his two parents to work with Don. Don said they were one of the most dysfunctional clients he's ever had. So Mike never worked with Don. And what ended up happening is Mike had the entire board, who also didn't work with Don, get on his side to oust out Jim. And next thing you know, the entire BlackBerry empire crumbled overnight. And so it's just a story of like right now, as we're speaking to you, never heard anything like this. You're at a crossroad, right? This is a big decision to make. You know, do I move forward in this healthy way, even though I don't probably understand what these guys are talking about? Or do I cling to the old system, the traditional system and the ego energy? And there's consequences to doing that. So there's a group of our community that went through Don's process a few weeks ago, about 72 people, and or exactly 72. And we created an entire support system for that as well. So the program is called I Am Divinity. And Sam, as just one example, has stepped up to be able to support these people, because it's quite the process to go through. And there's a lot that can come up that's now conscious in your face, and it's tough to deal with if you're alone. So speaking to those of you that did go through the process, we're definitely going to provide you all the support that you need to be able to move forward. So Josh, if you could jump on real quick, share your brief experience you had with Don about whatever was it, well, 2020. We're almost up to 4 years, I realized, bro. I thought it was like 2 years ago, but it's been almost 4 years, coming up in April or May here. That's absolutely crazy. And to see the trajectory that you've been on since then, I mean, it's crazy how you know, we were just playing at such a small level that we thought was huge, because comparatively on the planet, it was pretty cool what we were doing. But you know, where we've gotten to in the last few years, thanks to this foundation, is huge. So go ahead, bud, share your experience.
Yeah, so quite a long story, but I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. So it most definitely ties into my crypto experience that I shared, and really everything that I'm doing business-wise. So I first got introduced, Jamie was sending me videos of Dawn specifically in 2020, and this was right when COVID hit. So when COVID hit, I got forced from Asia back to Canada, and basically my whole world just got rocked, as I'm sure everybody else's did. But I was really on a deep hunt for something deeper at that time, because the world was so broken then. So Jamie started to send me videos of Dawn resort in BC, Canada. And why I bring that up is because from where I was going to meet Dawn, it was about a 4 or 5 hour drive, and it was the start of summertime. So we were leaving at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning to drive from the ski hill to where Dawn was in Vancouver. And when we woke up, there was a good 4 or 5 feet of snow, which is very, very rare for that time of year. So why I bring that up is because the first experience of even getting to Dawn, we were faced with huge obstacles just to make our way down there. So to dive deeper into Dom, when I did the session with him, in my life, I'm thankful I've never went through any major childhood trauma or abuse. I was never implemented in that. And when I went through the course with Don, what my main problem was, which was the example of what he would give me, is he put a rock in my hand, which was a metaphor for a chunk of gold. And for me, my main problem was I would always run into a large sum of money, but because of my programs and my belief about myself, I would never be able to hold and obtain that money. And my curve was huge ups and then all the way back to the bottom. Literally 3-4 months, last time probably, after working with Dawn, we started to have record-breaking days, and then record-breaking months, and then 1 year after Dawn was the time that I achieved my return on our crypto portfolio of 8,000%. So that was specifically for me. And the financial side of things, again, I've never had any childhood problems. But because of our results and what we've seen with Don, we decided to bring all of our close friends and family in our local community to meet and do the programs with Don. So some examples of those individuals. One of the girls we brought to the in-person session with Dawn, she was diagnosed for many years prior with schizophrenia. She was on multiple medications and had many events of schizophrenia. After 1 or 2 weeks of working with Dawn, she was literally off of every single medication. And then the second example is one of my good friends. Another example is we brought a couple musicians, rappers that had a session with Dawn. And their problem was that, again, self-belief. It would literally take them a year to produce an album. And then Dawn gave them a challenge, and that was after using Dawn's information. He told them to tap into the information he gave them and go make a song in the next week. Lo and behold, they went and produced their best song in that week time frame. So yeah, what I can conclude with Dawn is, outside of my personal situation and achieving the peaks of my financial success, I have also firsthand experience seeing him change my friends and family's life that have had severe mental and medical problems, which, I mean, in this day and age, the typical solution is, here's a bottle of pill, I'll see you next month for your refill. So that was really the mind-opening experience to me, is how he can take someone on the traditional medical system who is severely suffering and really transform and change their lives to a healthy, positive trajectory. So yeah, again, I've seen it firsthand with myself and lots of friends and family included.
Amazing, man. Thank you so much for sharing. So epic. Yeah, it's crazy how how aware and conscious we become after going through that process of those patterns. And all Don does is asks you a series of questions so that you discovered this shit for yourself. You know, it's and then brings you back to the moment that you totally buried, you know, because it 9 times out of 10 happened before the age of reason, you know, before the age of 5, where you didn't have your conscious filter. You're just bringing it all in. And so that's why all these personal development, no matter what programs you've done, they're all intellectually based. So they're attempting to overcome that traumatic neurological trauma intellectually. And there's just no way you can't read enough books to be able to get there. So that's the power of Don's process. I've never seen anyone on the planet do anything like it. I've tried almost everything in the planet, and still showed up to Don with all my toxic shit. So yeah, it was the one thing. So that's you know, for many of you, it's the cherry on top for the financial program. But if you're anything like us, you'll find out that that's actually the whole pie, and the financial program is the cherry on top. So excited for you guys to make that shift. Not mandatory, by the way. If you just want to, you know, make your money work for you, and don't want to deal with anything that we're talking about, that's okay too. We're not going to force you. But I really hope that we're speaking to your soul, so that you can get and experience this level that's just beyond beyond words, really. So I see some comments about the Pioneer Fund. We've put a large portion of it into the crypto fund, so we'll be sharing those results as well. As I said in the beginning of the call, we'll be transparent with all the accounts and results that we're getting, and then we're just gonna give it some time here to compound, and especially for the crypto bull run to really take off before we look at distributing the profits, just so we're not killing the golden goose that lays the eggs, so to speak. So please be patient with us on that. And then I saw some asking for a step-by-step guide to join the Forex fund, aka the PAM. We do have a guide on that, as well as I mentioned, the new onboarding calls. So we'll send out that information so that you can get on a live onboarding call and we can walk you through it step by step. Last kind of exciting thing, we have our new office all set up here, and we'll be launching a podcast next week. So by Monday next week, we'll be able to stream everything from the office at our new podcast studio. So that will be exciting as well. So any one that wants to come on live, you can ask a few questions before we wrap up. And thank you for everyone that tuned in. Appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, and do this every time, every day, every night, whatever, until we're done, which is never. So those of you that have any questions on the Zoom here, just put up your hand. Will, if you can just check out the comments on the lives and give me the best questions. But I see Linda. Hi, Linda. How are you doing?
Hi, Jamie. Great. How are you?
Amazing. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I'm so grateful for this. I've been wanting to get involved with the Don's program, and you say that you're emailing if I'm not getting those. So I love your smile, by the way. What do I need to do and I know there's a couple other people asking.
Yeah, there is. So for those of you that I'm assuming you're a pioneer, Linda, that
Yes, I am.
yeah, so we were sending out membership logins, and as of right now, we opened up for new people as well to get into the membership portal with no entrance fee. So the best thing to do would be to be a part of that onboarding call. So fill out the pre-launch form, and then we'll take everyone from there. Make sure
Because
that
I did fill out that, and I did get a login to a site and watch some of your videos, but none of it had any, arrows pointing to the Don program.
okay.
Has that changed? That was in the holidays weeks.
Yeah, it has been changing the back portal there. We'll make it more clear. So it's under
Okay.
I Am Divinity, right, Will? Okay, so it's under I Am Divinity. And you'll see we got 2 videos there, right? So two videos that you can go through the full process there. Also on top of that, we'll be doing a monthly live call with Don moving forward as well. So you can be live.
Wow. Great.
Send out.
All right. Well, that was my question. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, super excited for you.
Thank you. Me too. Thank you. Very
You-
grateful.
You'll experience why I can't stop smiling all the time.
Yes, look at you. I love it.
All right, see you, Linda.
Bye-bye.
Questions? Just put up your hands. Mary Ann, I am doing. Okay, I see 2 questions. Patricia, go ahead, Patricia. Just have to unmute yourself.
I didn't realize.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to find out if I can use my credit card to purchase the PAM. I wanted to do that from past couple of weeks, but I think what's his name? Carol said I should wait because you may be coming out with some credit card thing that we can use instead of using our own credit card, because I don't have a crypto account as yet.
Okay, great question. So we do have, so when we have our banking system go live in the next couple of weeks, we'll have a way to do it there. But as of right now, the brokerage does have a way to use your card to deposit into your PAM account. The best thing to do again is to get on to our onboarding calls, and we'll walk you through how to do that.
How do I get on an onboarding call?
We'll send out an email with the time and the Zoom link.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it the one that you sent out yesterday? Because I've gotten that one. with a lot of dates for today and every day?
Yeah, we'll be sending out a new one with the actual
Oh,
onboarding.
okay.
We haven't done that yet,
Okay.
so we'll do that
And
after.
yes, okay. And also the one with the crypto as well. So
Okay, yes. Again, it'll be really easy with our banking system. You can onboard,
mhm,
purchase crypto with your card, an on-ramp
mhm.
system. Until that happens, there is a few different brokerages and exchanges that we can help you onboard with your card. So we'll
Okay.
set that up in the onboarding call. Thanks for bringing it up.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay.
Jamie, one thing that I can add about the crypto fund, the people that have been on the past calls last year will know what I'm talking about, but we were telling everybody that it's a quick cutoff period, January, February. But just a quick update on that. It's all hypothetical until the ETF news is released, but there is a current pattern that is playing out in the charts that we're closely watching. And if this pattern goes according to plan and what we're seeing, Bitcoin won't be above 60K until November to January of next year. And if that's the case, what that means is that we can allow the crypto fund to be open for at least the next 6 months. But yeah, we'll have more updates on that probably early next week as soon as this ETF news is launched.
Awesome, Josh. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, well, that's something that's definitely needs an update every week because of how much things are shifting. But that'd be exciting if we can play it out a lot longer. Okay, Sandra, you got your hand up. Go ahead.
Hi, Jamie. How are you?
Absolutely amazing. How are you?
Good. I just have a question. I want to know about the crypto fund. I'm sorry, I kind of got on late. I'm at work. But anyways, I want to know about the crypto fund. And is it still the $500 to join because I'm the old pioneer, as well as getting access to Don's information or being a part of his group so that I can experience this wonderful transformation you guys are talking about?
Awesome.
I
Yes.
keep hearing good things about it, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for you and everyone that goes through that. So it is in the membership portal. The onboarding calls again will be the best place to kind of show everyone, walk everyone through whether it's depositing into the crypto fund or finding the next call for Don's program and going through the recorded as well. So we'll actually
Is
put
it
out
okay?
a video. We will be recording the onboarding calls, so we'll put out the recording. So we'll make it super easy for you to anytime tune into that and just get the whole walkthrough, whether you want to deposit into the Forex fund or the crypto fund, go through Don's program, it will all be there.
So what you're saying, Jamie, is that is it going to be like a video that I listen to for Don's thing?
Is it going to be
That
what?
I'm
Sorry?
Is it going to be a video that I'm going to listen to for Don's transformation, or is it like a group thing that everybody's going to be on the call, like a Zoom call, and he's walking us all through the process?
Yeah, both actually. So we have a recording of the previous group call that you can tune into at any time. And then once a
Okay.
month, we'll be having a live call that everyone can get on live.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
You're welcome so much. Guaranteed.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I think that is it. David Graham. Go ahead, bud.
Hi, Jamie. How you doing? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for everything you're doing. I'm obviously a pioneer, so I've been from the start. Just a couple of questions. The PAM account, I put £1,000 into a PAM account. Is that frozen at the moment? Until we build that up until we get the minimum, I think it's 250. Because I notice it's not moved from the amount I've invested. I think I was start of December. Is that still just sitting, just waiting to get kicked off?
Yeah. So yes, it's not, well, it's frozen until February 1st. So we're just raising the final amount of funds. Like I said, no matter what number we're at, we'll put up our own funds to get to the 200 that Yako needs to begin trading February 1st. So you'll see activity there. He does have the account already in his hands just after the holidays here. One thing that's kind of interesting to note, Josh and I were going back and forth on, is traditionally, if you've ever had any experience with retail bots, trading bots, it's usually like a file you just download into your brokerage, and then it runs from there, runs the script. But with Yako's system, he actually has to custom code every single account based on the spreads and everything of the brokerage. So he's working on that right now. He's already actually, Josh, you could maybe give us an update if he's already done, and then it's just simply getting the funds in there. So we'll just give it the next couple of weeks, and then we're good to go.
Perfect. That's great, because I want to put more money into it. I was just waiting to see it go, and also the crypto fund as well. I'm interested in putting into that as well. I've got some, obviously, I've got some crypto invested elsewhere. I had it when it was actually went up to 65k per Bitcoin, and then it crashed. It's starting to make its way back up again. So I can, obviously, Josh was saying it's going to hit probably about 60 around about December or January next year, so I'm kind of hoping it's going back up that way again as well. But yeah, it's just I'd like to sort of put more into the crypto as well fund when that comes available.
Yeah, awesome. So that is ready to go. We have our wallet and everything set up, so that will be a part of the onboarding system. Whether you get on a live call or watch the recording, you'll be able to see how to deposit to that.
Perfect. That's great. No, thanks very much. No, thanks very much.
Okay, awesome, David.
Thanks.
Josh, you want to share where Yako's at in the custom coding?
Yeah, so I actually spoke to him this morning regarding that account, and it's currently in his developer's hands for the exact reason that Jamie just said. This is not a plug-and-play system for every single account. Each and every broker, they offer different trading conditions such as spreads, commissions, etc. So regarding all the information for the specific broker, he has to code the algorithm specifically for that. So yeah, fingers crossed that that first account of Incommations will be live this week with Yako.
Okay, cool. So then it's just a matter of getting the funds in there after this week is all ready to go. Beautiful.
Correct.
All right. Any other questions? Let's see. Okay, I think that's it. So we'll send out the recording. Thanks everyone for being here. Again, we'll be same time tomorrow, every single day, until we get sick of you guys. Just kidding. And go to, if you haven't yet already registered, go to bit.ly/Incomation pre-launch to be able to get your entrance fee waived to everything that we went over on this call. So spread the good news, spread the love. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
I've just emailed to see if we